Hello guys, how y'all doing? It's Devorjae, and this is episode of Truth 7 coming at you live. Shout out to all my truthers. And this episode I'm going to talk about decalcifying the pineal gland. Man, that's always fun when that happens and everything. So, decalcifying the pineal gland. For, I guess, some information to give before I go in on how to decalcify it. I'll just talk about things that calcify it, that clog it up, and that basically create a buildup within that tube and passageway of certain fluids on the physical material aspect, that the energy carried over from even that liquid and that energy in those electricity, electron shock waves, on all those levels, those aspects, those that can attach to certain neurons in your brain, that can cause heightened awareness and heightened frequency within your being. Those things are calcified, aimingly, like force purposefully. Put in certain foods, certain things in the air, certain but they all let us do it on our own, and it's all hidden, layered, and a lot of people understand like certain pollutants and certain things that could hurt the earth, and it's like, well, if it hurts the earth, wouldn't you think that it also can hurt you? And what things are happening in the world to keep things recycled going, what type of chemicals and what processes are things going through the process, like with man touching with that creation, that manipulation, that modification that they're doing to something that is a natural energy, such as your being that's naturally occurring and being manipulated, and also the earth and fruits, things that naturally happen that are that are organic, not man-made. So that's another discussion that I was fully about to go into. Previously, I had to switch up because I'm gonna have to do that later. But so y'all saw that blink. But I'm gonna have to talk about that later. But basically, y'all have to think about that when it comes to such things as, brushing your teeth, the fluoride that's in that calcifies. But as I was saying, they let you do it on your own. They can't just sit there and monitor and like everything's coded. So they have to. That's the magic of it, and that's the alchemy, the chemical biology and chemistry, and that just switching up, which is like, happens on every level in life, from material to spiritual. So that's the magic in it. That's why I say it's magic. But there are many factors and things that can go against your being, go against natural life, or manipulate, switch things around. As I said, to help it and basically sustain something from reaching a more higher consciousness. But it's on your choice, though. Still, in the end, it's up to you. It's up to you to know these things and know different aspects of life and understand different aspects of life. But that's the thing. It's a difference between knowing and understanding. And that's why there are souls and people on this earth who hitchhike and track, who reach certain awarenesses and go toward that direction, where they're able to understand all that and then actually apply, as with anything, the law of motion and of creation, applying energy in the direction with intent. So it's like, if you know it, you understand it, then you apply it, and then obviously you see the changes that happen in the world. Like, so as I was saying, it's your choice to do whatever you want, because going into ways that you can decalcify the pineal gland, in as many ways. I'm going to go to all the ways and explain them. You can, first of all, you have to pay attention to what you are putting into your body, and you have to eat lighter foods and colored foods, and you have to think about the color frequency scale going on with your chakra scale and energy scale, your inner body as well. It's the same thing, it reflects in everything in the outer body and frequencies to get certain colors and whatnot. But when you eat yellow foods, the yellow food is in your solar plexus, so if you eat yellow stuff, it goes straight to your yellow and orange. All of those things are in your stomach lumbar area. So with me being a Libra rising, Libra moon, I have to study thyself, and then reflect and look at your life and like, man, where are my problem areas, or areas that I disconnects to that, disconnects to this, and it can lead into me acting like this. But it's natural. But what can I do to fight it, up that and be the best that my being can be? So it's like seeing and understanding color foods like bananas, sweet potato, oranges, anything within those colored chakra frequency waves, they help out that chakra basically to clear it up. And these are natural foods. So yeah, lighter foods. Try to eat less dense foods, because the less dense foods are gonna help affect the primal state, your instinct, your core, your material being, your desire, and just knowing that if you're eating certain foods that have been processed and manipulated, and it boosts that energy in that chakra. Like you have to think about it. The act of eating meat is basically a core state of being. Is closer to the core state of being. It's not. And it's not a good or a bad thing. You have to remember inclusiveness, just polarities. And you're eating lower polarity food, lower, denser food, meats that are like, when you touch it, you it's more dense and more gushy. And before the fact, it had frequency of life energy in it. So you just have to think about all the energy that was applied within that being. So that's why it's not bad to eat meat per se. It's because there are many, where energy, understanding that comes into play. That animal or whatever was being eaten was living the high energy life, high energy frequency life, and you take in basically that positive energy, that if it was nurtured and taken care of right, so it's okay to do that, because it's the energy aspect behind that dense meat that can make it lighter, and even how you prepare with your alchemy within cooking. And that's so that can change the whole frequency and manipulate the reality of that, your intent within it, and everything, that the truth behind it, and what was actually there and existed within that thing, even inherently in you, which is that energy that can keep flowing, have more of a higher polarity effect on your being. So that goes into the whole food aspect thing. With the meat, have to clarify that. So when you're eating lighter foods, basically, it is helping decalcify your pineal gland, like everything. And just like I was saying, touching more on the inner core being with meat, that's applies the energy. That's why everything is coded, and it's not necessarily bad or good, but that meat that you have has an effect on your primal state and whatnot. Give me just a second. Hello? Yeah. Okay. 1 sec. All right. Okay. So as I was saying, that's gonna your instincts and your primal being, like it's gonna have a juncture on your how you think and whatnot, as everything does. So that's why I was saying meat is more denser, and it goes to the more lower chakras and accumulates there within the energy aspect. So it starts there and then goes throughout the body. So with those vegetables, they go to your stomach, but they circulate to certain parts of the body where those certain chemicals are already home to and junctured in the living body. So they know where they're going. They're going to the right place to help it out and help balance out the whole scale. So you can also exercise like on a normal basis, like stretch and exercise, create good circulation, so not have anything stuffed up. All your blood vessels, all your muscles, like this, you gotta be loose. You gotta be limber. You know, not everything, but in a way, you just still have to keep a good circulation either way. Keep the good circulation by stretching and having a good amount of movement. And even yogis and monks and high spiritual people, if they're not even sitting when they are moving, they're meditating, so they're able to go within it and already change the body. They're already living a lifestyle where they almost can live off not even eating food and only probably just drinking water, breathing, and if they do eat food, like it's going to be very light food. So those are people in Tibet. Those are people who are living close to 200, 300, but they'll tell about one of those people. They don't tell about all of them. So, but that goes into that basically. You also can work with crystals. This is energy work. So, and then I'm gonna do a video on meditation because a lot of people ask questions about, how you meditate and all that. And you have to understand, like with the hemispheres of your brain, it's a very right brain thing. It's that's why people get twisted what imagination is, because it's like, what is imagination? Imagination is your reality. If you have to kind of like know that, believe that, and see that, and you have people imagining, it's just a whole big illusion. So you have to have your illusion within your illusion. But man, when you can, when it comes to meditating, you really have to activate certain hemispheres in your cranial, through your pineal gland, and know how to go basically enter and understand that there's more to this physical reality in the end. And it's a very, like I would say, imaginative, creative aspect of life that you have to implement. You have to be an artist in your life. Everyone is an artist. But it's like, what are you doing with your artistry? What's your artistry? Are you healing? Are you building? Are you nurturing? Are you recycling? Are you facilitating? Are you managing? Are you directing? Are you balancing? Are you judging? Are you carrying? Are you servicing? Are you communicating? Are you... But so that's that. But working with crystals, you can go into a meditative state, start imagining or building or tapping into your creative aspect, and go with the energy work of law of attraction, and understand your vibration, and the vibration of these things that you put in your body lift certain vibrations to carry out a balance. And you can even, it's like you can have overaction in certain things, because for instance, me, like it's been for this past year, because I'm an Aries, and I think this whole year was Uranus interacting with Mars, and that was the whole scope of this year in a whole. So consciousness was a big part of my being. If you're born in the first decan of Aries, which is February, probably think February 20. I want to say 22nd to March to April 4th. I may be wrong about that. But basically, the first decan of Aries, because there's 3 decans within every sign, and that's why all the signs are not the same. But I'm going to get more in my astrology videos to go more on that. But I have a lot of information to give y'all. But if you're born within that little deacon, that was the theme of the year, like the consciousness and switching up, basically improving everything on all levels of your being, from your material foundation to your health, your energy, to your psychological, what you find out mystery, and attacking it, like going at it. So that was the theme for me this year. So, but as even before then, I had a heightened awareness. Like I can say and do it if I do my test now. So rather than saying a third eye, my crown chakra are overactive. It's like you can be, and that's the thing. You can have too much of everything. You have to have a balance, but it's not necessary to say, hey, it's bad, but just understand that there may be other levels that get lowered because they're not having much attention given to, and that's the thing. A big part plays if the outside needs that attention. So that's another big part of life and understanding everything. But that will happen. So for me personally, with me knowing that my higher chakras are overactive because I'm seeing clear and I'm attacking truth, but I also have to learn that I can't always speak too much of the truth and picking and choosing battles. So within me, that's a part where I have to kind of stop floating and plant my feet in the ground and do more earth-based practice and formations, and more thinking about the foundation and my lower chakras and trying to be rooted, the root chakra basically. The lower chakras be the roots, and working on my sacral chakra and working on my solar plexus, just working on everything that has to do with those to stop being so floaty around, so, basically heightened awareness, conscious, like walking around guru, but still doing the same, but having to turn down and get other stuff set, and then stop, it's like coming down from your godly pedestal and creating. This is my whole aspect, remember, Aries, and planting your feet on the ground and seeing what the playing field is like, and before going to shout instantly, because you see it, you instantly want to react. But luckily, with my Libra moon, my Libra rising, I'm putting all my information. Shouldn't be doing that, but oh well. It's like everyone knows, we don't know. Balancing it out, just having that there, being able to, and knowing that, and knowing, have the ability to, and that's like the panted play way for me. So it's like tapping into that and actually applying it and doing it. So it's like it helps. But yeah, for me, so I have to start doing this more earthly, root-based practices. And if you're an Aries, or if you feel you're like the same as me, like you're overactive in your cranial and third eye chakras because you're so high, which sometimes you need to get rooted and take care of the more earthly-based things, whether it be communication, relationships, job, foundation building, all that stuff, all the lower stuff, and the middle stuff, middle ground. This get certain crystals. I don't have them right here with me right now. You have to get just red. Like I said, it goes in with the foods and decalcifying the pineal gland. Still on that subject. Taking in the crystals and the colors of the same foods that work with those certain chakras within the color scale of frequencies that your reality is built on. So it's doing that, but mainly for decalcifying the pineal gland is working with like eating purple fruits, beets, and all that stuff. Drinking a lot of water. You can juice. You can just vegetable foods, and you can do it. That's what I'm saying. It's all your choice of knowing how to activate and run through the universe for what you think is best for you. If you want certain things and certain outcomes, and to be healthier and to do certain things, if that's what you want to do, and to still have your balance within your being, because there are some Tauruses out there and some Sagittariuses that they gotta be built tough for what they do. They gotta eat some earthly, more earth-based foods for their natural being of who they are, and no matter what planet they have those signs in. It's just part of their being. It could be in their Mars, how they gotta go to war, how they gotta battle, they gotta be tough, they gotta be built tough. They can go into their rising, how they appear, how they have to look, how they come up, how they're viewed from the world. Because you can be a little guy, but still be like thick, like tough, like people look at you like just because you're short or small, they don't think anything of, because your whole mannerism, how you come out, your rising, how everything comes up, like that's just you. So it can be. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily you have to do this, like you have to be that way, because everyone has a natural going for their being. So that goes to say, like I said, so working with, for decalcifying the pineal gland, working with like amethyst, those are real powerful ones. Now, like you're gonna feel your pineal gland throbbing. So when you feel stuff like that, like like you're gonna feel anytime. Okay, this is how you know when you're decalcifying your pineal gland. It's gonna be throbbing, and you're gonna have a runny nose, a lot of earwax coming out, because now this is the thing about the chakra system and your body, how it's made, the same in the earth. It's a singular and tubes of energy. You have an energy orb around you. You're yourself in the single universe, in the single set of your body with duality going through your energy orb. Basically, energy's floating around. That's what you don't see it, but it's always there. That's what helps create your orb. So, how you're with your energy, all like that, and your singularity. You have your energy. You have your top, your cranial, and then your lower, your sacral energy orbs, where things are excreted out. Things come in, and due to how you are, because you have to offset, because you are a biochemical being. That's why you have to poop, you gotta shit, you excrete the more denser qualities of the living and the reality that you are constantly changing and reforming and constantly shedding and constantly moving neurons, constantly changing itself up due to your energy and what you're doing within reality. All that's just being replaced. That's all that's happening, and even the excretes of that energy have to materialize into forms for it to carry through your engine, your physical engine body being. So, in your soul, your spirit energy, what the energies that your spirit is working with other energies, such as how these crystals develop, and they have their own energy, their own frequency. They even have that color, such as even those foods that grow that you put in your body to circulate that certain energy and have that certain frequency color scale in your being, because you even have that because you have your own frequency that's in other frequencies. So with you taking in and working with those certain crystals, when you're working with red crystals, you're helping your liver and your digestive system, so you get shit to flow easy and good out of you. It has to, like I said, it has to come from an energy-based thing to materialize and to excrete from your body. So even it happens only in your lower chakras and not in your higher chakras, because as you're decalcifying your pineal gland in your higher chakras, you will notice more excretion of earwax and boogers and spit. Behind spit, which is the number one excretion of your body in life, of existence ever, because that thing has to get most junctured up fully in this reality, so it's gonna overrule most of where the waste is coming out at. But your snot is the most excreted thing you ever have in your existence. You can search that if you don't believe me. But behind that is you have spit and snot, and then right in second, third place is your earwax. That's like second excretion. So as you're decalcifying all that, you have to realize, just as you have to poop, and your body has to separate all the waste that doesn't need it. It's all the waste that's not needed up here that your body is fighting against, trying to get out, is excreted. So it's like it is just gushing out. You gotta keep it going, but it's only due to the foods you eat and what you're doing, how you keep that thing fully like healthy, as in how vital your body is, because your body's vitality. That's why allergies and all these other things come into play with your frequencies, because there are some people who can have strong vitalism and it really does not affect them as much, so they don't have to slide as much. And they're probably a lot of health trainers and people, they probably don't get this problem, like in their eating right. They just really go. The only time they really get those symptoms is during shifts, because they have to. Their body can. It's a planetary shift, so their body can no longer do with even that routine that was going on for strictly so long. It's going to have to update it somehow in some way. So it's going to automatically, people are going to get those shift symptoms of, a slight cold or something, flu, whatever. But that's a way of, so meditating with amethyst will help decalcify your pineal gland, getting those like excretion. And then working with hematite, you have to also imagine the energy that's being depleted when you're working with these crystals, and see it and know it's happening, that the energy is being drawn from you, what clearing your body out. And it's always good to have a candle, because a candle is a light, and that's like a transmitter. I talked about videos on that. Then you have to have your own alchemic, your own setting, your own creation. You have to create even within the physical realm with what you set, because even when people go to church or wherever you go, it's still a separation from the society world. It's a building, it's an altar, and no matter if it's outside where there's no walls or whether it's inside where there are walls, there's a setting, and then there's a presence. There's candles, there's water, there's music. So it's just like you have to create your own world, your business, for when you're trying to accomplish something, get something to believe something. So, and you're trying to get yourself to believe in yourself. So, when you work with those, you're going to feel thriving. Also from your pineal gland, you're going to be excreting a lot of juices from your higher chakras. So also when you go to sleep, it's good to sleep with amethyst on your pillow. It helps you dream, because dreaming, obviously, sometimes when your pineal gland is too calcified, it affects your dreaming, but that's not for everybody. There are some people who have clearly calcified pineal gland, but it works. They work so much in reality when they're awake, in their awakened state, that they know it's already activating. They're already doing stuff consciously, trying to change things. So therefore, in their sleep, it's at rest. But when it needs to be activated, or on point when it wants to be activated, it's activated. They then do whatever they want in that realm, or messages come to them how they're supposed to. But just working with your cranial decalcifies your pineal gland. Working on psychic abilities, guessing games, thinking about somebody, then calling them, and if they end up saying that, hey, I was just thinking about you and you called me, that means that you're working. And if your abilities are working, also working with flame, pyrokinesis, practicing law of attraction. Did a video on that. Those are things that the energy builds up and focuses on your higher chakras, and as it focuses on there, you're forcing fluid, and you're forcing energy, you're forcing intention up here. So it's going to push up stuff and try to grind its way out. It's the Kundalini energy, and it's going to try to affect your reality. That's it. Just clarity. That's what you want. Clarity. That's what your pineal gland is trying to give you, clarity. So you just do those type of works, and that'll help with that, forcing energy up through this. And as on the material side, what you're taking in, clearing out your body, that clears out everything. So those are ways on decalcifying your pineal gland. Drinking water, mineral water helps. Alkaline water. Eating lighter foods. Oh yeah, also how much TV you taking. Like what you're actually applying and putting into your subconscious. And it's like it's okay to do whatever. But just understand that that's gonna also affect what you're thinking about, what you clog your mind with, because you don't want to be because the advertisement and visual are all for looking and desiring and wanting and thinking about and the chance of approaching to have a relationship with or a contract with or interaction with. So it's just a subconscious thought, what you're feeding yourself, even what you view and who you put yourself around. It goes in all around reality. But those are ways decalcifying your pineal gland. Smiling and breathing exercises. Breathing helps a lot. But yeah, I've never done a video this long. I try to keep it under 10 minutes, 15, but this went over. But yeah, that's decalcifying up this pineal gland. Thank y'all for listening. Leave comments down there. I'm always answering questions. Alright, guys, have a good night. Namaste.